the 9 car of Sean Graham, also out of the Bustleton area, and Rodney Massara, who spends his time racing in the Perth metropolitan area, otherwise known as the Rocket Rodney Massara. So this is heat 24, one more heat after this one. And this particular heat brought to you by Worsley Alumina, proud supporters of the Collie Racing Drivers Association and great supporters of this particular part of the world. Jason Crowe, John Kenny off pole, Ted Wright and his outside, Shane Britton, Eric Hutchings, Scott Hunter, Brendan Condren, Sean Graham, Rodney Massara. So plenty of points on offer here. A couple of guys who'd love to get some big points. Condren is well up there. Massara is up there at the back of the pack. Let's see how they go. Jason Crowe.
Thanks, Grant. Good start for all concerned. Watch for Rodney Massara. He's already poked the nose on the outside of 1 or 2. The White Sigma's the one to look for. Around the outside of Sean Graham and 1 or 2 others, but there will be a stoppage. The yellow lights have come on. Sean Graham in car number 9 is one of those. No, it's not car number 9, it's Sean Graham. It's Eric Hutchings in the 81 car and 21 of Brendan Condren. And we'll do it all over again. This is the penultimate heat, as I like to say. This one proudly brought to you by Worsley Alumina, proud supporters of the Collie Racing Drivers Association. Of course, tonight proudly brought to you by Pine Holliers.
Todd Waddell's about to bring us that information. Thanks, Shane.
And also the National Sidecar Finals are on at the moment. They're up to heat number 13 of 20 qualifying heats. We'll bring you the final result of that as it comes to hand. And likewise, we'll do the same to Bibra Lake. This is heat number 24 rerun. Stand by, event 34 on the program. It's all go. John Kenny and Ted Wright head them up into turn number 1. On the inside of row number 2 is Shane Britton in car number 88 in the Sigma. Back then to Scott Hunter. Then we've got Brendan Condren. Oh, very close to the concrete wall when Eric Hutchings. Underneath went Rocket Rod Massara as the Sigma of 88. Shane Britton now comes on terms with the 25 car of Ted Wright. So the race leader is John Kenny. Back in second spot is Shane Britton, then Ted Wright. Fourth spot is that of 71 of Scott Hunter as they move down the back straight. Oh, a little bit of a touch there as they move down there. As Brendan Condren tried to go on the outside of Rocket Rod Massara, who's going to try the same again on the inside of the 71 car of Hunter. Comes 9 of Sean Graham. So there's plenty of moving and shaking going on in this particular heat, the second last heat of the championship. The race leader is John Kenny, but he has a very big freight train on his back end. Here comes Shane Britton on the outside, and Ted Wright's going to poke the nose on the inside. Further back, we've got Scott Hunter. 3 wide would be that of Massara, Sean Graham, and then Brendan Condren. Have a look at the action down the main straight. John Kenny is just in front. Shane Britton on the outside. Underneath comes Ted Wright. So does 71 in Scott Hunter. So Britton goes back to 4th. Here comes Massara on the inside. Back to Sean Graham in 6th spot. You can throw a blanket over the whole field. Out of Pitts Bend once again. There's still 3 wide. Kenny the leader. Ted Wright, Hunter. Another attack coming from Shane Britton on the outside. Right there also is Massara. On the inside comes Brendan Condren. And somewhere in there was Sean Graham. I think they were 4 wide in pub corner. Further back to Eric Hutchings. Out of Pitts Bend once again. What a cracker of a heat. Number 24 is Kenny the leader. Second spot is 25, Ted Wright. Third spot is Scott Hunter. Back then to Massara. There's a bit of normality in the race. All of a sudden it's Indian File. Back in 5th spot is 88 is Shane Britton. Back in 6th spot is that of Brendan Condren. Sean Graham's back in 7th in car number 9. Here comes 88 Shane Britton. Oh, 1 car went sideways to avoid an accident. The yellow lights will come on. And we have ourselves a restart. Well, I saw what happened there. Shane Britton went to go under car number 12 of Rocket Rod Massara, who slightly went sideways. Britton had to quickly get off the gas. He went sideways. Brendan Condren went sideways to avoid hitting both of them. And he's the car that spun. The yellow lights have come on. What an exciting race we got here. Heat number 24, proudly brought to you by Worsley Alumina. You're enjoying the action in this race, race fans. I think you are. John Kenny, the leader. And what a race this is. Not the biggest of all the fields we've had, Grant Woodhams, but certainly a very, very exciting finish. Some of these drivers need big points to make the final.
Well, John Kenny is a real surprise packet in this one because he's had what you would describe as not a spectacular weekend, but he's got it all sorted out finally in that 98 car and has really been leading them a merry dance. Ted Wright driving well. And so 2 Falcons at the front there, but what a fantastic scrap it's been the pack as you've been describing. people like Scott Hunter, Rod Massara, Shane Britton, Brendan Condren, Sean Graham, all in there together, and at one stage, 4 wide coming out of turn 2. Absolutely fabulous battle.
Only a few laps to go. The restart's been called. Condren's been put back in his spot. We have what we'd call a 32-wheel motor car at the moment. It's a freight train. John Kenny in front of Ted Wright. He's never wrong. Into the main straight. Kenny, Wright, Hunter, Massara, Shane Britton. A few Sigmas in there. Back to Eric Hutchings at the back of the field as Massara looks for a move underneath of Scott Hunter. Shane Britton in 5th. Then we've got Condren and Sean Graham and Eric Hutchings. The race leader is John Kenny as they come out of Pitts Bend. Here's a repeat once again as Massara tries to get underneath of Scott Hunter. So it's Kenny, Wright, Hunter, back to Massara, and then in 5th spot is Shane Britton. Then in 6th spot is 21 of Brendan Condren. Then we've got number 9 of Sean Graham and Eric Hutchings, who's lucky just to be out there after one of the biggest rollovers you'll ever see. And it's great credit to the team. They got him out there. Here comes Condren trying to get underneath of Shane Britton as Kenny still leads from Ted Wright. Hunter, Massara looking for an outside run. Back then in 5th spot is 88 of Shane Britton, Condren, and then Sean Graham. Here's a move coming up as Rocket Rod Massara looks to go underneath of Scott Hunter in 71. Brendan Condren's up behind the 88 of Shane Britton out of Pitts Bend once again, and Ted Wright's closed the gap on John Kenny. What a race this is. Kenny in front, Wright in 2nd spot. Here comes Brendan Condren. He's underneath of the 88 of Shane Britton, who's only 5 car lengths off the lead as Rocket Rod Massara comes underneath of 71 of Scott Hunter and goes into 3rd spot. Hunter tries to fight on in the Tirana. Out of Pitts Bend once again. Kenny in front with only 2 laps to go. Kenny in front, Wright in 2nd spot. Massara in 3rd. Back in 4th spot is Condren. 5th spot is 71 of Scott Hunter. Back to Sean Graham as they thunder down the back straight once again. The race leader has 1 and a bit laps to go. Condren comes underneath of Massara, gives him a little bit of a nudge. And the race leader is Kenny. 2nd spot is still that of Ted Wright and Rocket Mud Massara looking for a run on the inside. Condren is right there as well. Back then to Scotty Hunter. Down the back section the last time. What a lung buster this is. Kenny's still in front. He's led the whole way. Can you believe it? Ted Wright with a last-minute lunge as Kenny's off the curb. Out of Pitts Bend the last time. John Kenny hangs on. What a finish. God knows a lap to go. Well, they've done 12 laps, so the white flag's out. We'll keep going. So Kenny's the leader. Well, the white flag's still out. I can't believe it. So Kenny the leader. 2nd spot is that of Ted Wright. And then back to Massara. I think this is 13 laps, but no change. The race leader this time. And the checker is out. John Kenny hangs on for 13 laps, I think. 2nd spot is Ted Wright. For 3rd is Massara. Up behind them you'll find is Condren. 71 Scott Hunter. Number 9 of Sean Graham. And after that it's Hutchings and 88 of Shane Britton. Well, the time clock does not lie, I tell you. It went 13 laps. And the win goes to John Kenny. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. The last 7 laps, 2 minutes 30.802. 2nd, Ted Wright, and 3rd is number 88 of Shane Britton.
Well, John Kenny will be a very happy man after that. And Jason, I think you just about called it. And they said, well, you better call another lap, Jason, just to see if we can get it right.
I called by the time clock because it says how many laps to go. I wasn't watching Don Crombie that time. I saw him go for the white, but it never came out.
What a great race.